Hi everybody, welcome back to the Miss Linda C. Jones YouTube variety channel, but more importantly, standing before you is my nephew and godchild, Ryan Curtis Baker, and I love you so much, sweetie. All right, Ryan is about to give us a little history lesson in how people used to listen to music. So Ryan, take it away, sweetie.
So this is a Disc Edison record player. I got it I went to like a little antique store, and it was sitting there, had a $200 price tag on it. I just did a quick like Google search, and some of them in like mint condition can go over 1,000. So this one's in perfect working condition. Was re-oiled. It's mostly all original parts, except for some of the mechanics inside of it. I'll go ahead and show you.
Okay.
Let me slow this down. So this pops off like that.
Wow.
And inside there, I'll get a light for you on for the camera.
Wow.
So inside there is moving parts. That spins, and there's a bunch of other mechanics in there. You have oil spots that you can. There's oil that they wrote for me. There, and you just basically oil the insides of them. I haven't done it yet. They said it takes a long time for you to have to even do any of that. Most people don't even really take care of stuff like this. So, and they still work pretty well. So as long as you take care of them, they'll last a long time. And this one's from like an estimated 1913. They had somebody, what would you call it, like check it out and give a, okay, this is kind of not going back on right, hold on. Let's see if this is gonna, there we go. So now it's back on there. So that goes on like that. This is a Disc Edison record. So it says Edison record on there. And you can see how thick it is. For most people, look at my finger, the size of.
Oh, wow.
So most records are a lot thinner, and this one's got some weight to it. So you just put it on there. There's two sides. Here.
May I get this part of it? I want to see, who is the artist performing on here?
Vernon Dalhart. It's an A in the middle, Dalhart.
And so what is this particular, for lack of a better word, when I was growing up, we had record players before our CDs and so forth. So what is this called again?
A Disc Edison Record Player.
And as you pointed out before the video began, it's not an old Victrola that we would hear about.
I don't think so. Here, go ahead and come back, or let me just, I'll do it for you.
Okay.
Here, as you can see, there's kind of like a, the serial number and things like that on there, so you can kind of check that out. Patented 1898, 1903, 1908, and 1913. The person who checked it out said they believe this one's from 1913. Doesn't necessarily mean that was the year it was made. It could have been after that for sure, because it's not like they just discontinued them immediately after they patented it. But here it says Edison. This opens up. So if anybody wants to break into my house and steal it, I'm going to show you how to get it going. So you put this, take that off like that, and I have roommates. Roommates have friends over, so we've all agreed so people don't go coming over and messing with it. We hide this piece right here. This piece is what goes in here. There's a little hole that you put this in. Screw it in like that. Now let me get the camera, or come up here and film.
Okay.
Let me make sure there's enough lighting. Are you seeing well? Okay.
Yes.
There's no lights on it. Okay. So you take this right here in my right hand, and you're gonna start spinning it, and you're gonna notice it's like a record player. You spin it like that, and you're getting you're cranking up. There's a spring that's gonna wind up and tighten inside there, and it starts spinning it.
Wow.
And then you take this, you move this with this handle, it moves that over right there. You drop the pin on there. Kind of estimate. So the sound's gonna be coming out of right here. Come down. This is where the sound comes out. This is where you put more records. You got one more in there.
That is so cool.
And this song is called Way Out West in Kansas. Way out west in Kansas.
They take the sidewalk in at 8, way out west in Kansas.
But we agree, the sound, it's actually a little louder if you have this open, because it's projecting up the front, but it's also, the acoustics are also coming off the top and coming out this way. So it's coming out kind of like this.
Wow.
And then to turn it off. Well, there's also a slow down setting here. There's a little knob right here. Kind of make it a little spooky. And you turn it back up.
Wow.
So turn it off, you just take it, pull it up, put that out. And they say you don't want to, like I did in the beginning video, I was just doing it for like instructional purposes, but you typically don't want to hold it and stop it. It's not good for all the gears in there.
Yeah.
What did you just show?
It was me, like.
So, and then, so you just let it, it'll just naturally unwind.
That is so cool.
You just unscrew it, and it'll just spin itself out naturally. And because it's so old, they told me, be very careful and delicate with it. I don't believe this is, it's the original wood, obviously, the original box that it came in, but they repainted it. $200, I think that was a steal. I just did a quick research for working well. It came with 2 diamond disc records and oiled, and beautiful piece of,
Wood.
So, $200. And some of the records too, I was looking up, we were like, oh, we should buy some more songs. Excuse me, I keep burping. Some of them some of them were going for like $50.
Oh, wow.
20 to $50, for like a really good record. And then the cheaper ones, $10 to $20, were saying like, they're scratched and there's certain parts of the songs will skip. You'll have to kind of move the needle. So like, I think that's why I ended up just getting it. And my buddy, helped me get it in the car and bring it here. So this would be something I'll have for probably passing out to my kids.
That's a wonderful piece. So would that be considered an antique?
Yeah, what is it? Antique circa 100 years old?
I think so.
Or is that vintage? What is the difference?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up, but let's put it this way.
It's old enough to be one of those, basically.
It definitely has historical value. Mega, mega, mega cool. So the record was 1913. The device itself, 1913. And so this is how people listen to music. Put
it this way. If they say, it's possibly around 1913, we're in 1923, so that'd be 110 years old.
Wow.
Let's say it wasn't necessarily 1913. Let's say it was some years after, like 1915 or even 1918. We could still guesstimate that this is at least 100 years old or approaching it. Let's say it was even the 1930s. In the next 10 to 15 years, this thing will be 100 years old. So by the time my kids get a hold of it, hopefully they don't go breaking it, it'll be well over 100 years old by then. So.
That is a great piece of furniture. If it is an antique, a great antique, and it's something phenomenal to pass down. So you think about records going from that, then they went to the LPs, then they went, they had LPs and 45s, then we had discs, CDs in the 1980s through.
And then you had the Walkman.
We had that. We had the cassette tapes at some point before that.
Shoulders like this,
Yeah, we had all of that, but now everything's online. Everything's digital. So this is like where music came from.
I was actually just talking to a friend about that, how because I have Apple Music and some people have Spotify. I probably have, I haven't even checked it lately, but I have like 10,000 songs saved over the past, since I've had an iPhone, since high school. Just songs you add just over time. And you get to the point where sometimes I'll get in the car and I'm like, what do I feel like listening to? And you're like skipping songs. I guess I'll listen to this right now. But it gets to the point where it's like you have so many choices, where back then it's like you had one box and you can only listen to what you had. Or if somebody, let's say a neighbor had, or if you didn't have the money to go get more songs, like you only could listen to what you had, or what the musicians were putting out. Whereas now, there's so many young artists coming out because it's so easy to make music now.
And prior to anyone having anything like this awesome device, if you look at any old movies or you look at history, say a family was having a party, they would literally hire all the musicians. So you would have, an ensemble of strings, of piano, potentially brass, whatever they had hired. And that was how people would dance and listen to music within a household. I remember when compact discs came out, i.e. CDs, and that was just going to be the greatest thing forever. But then they found a way to just, okay, well, let's remove that and everything's online. But
I'd say probably this is probably a rich person's thing. Like,
oh, back in the day, you
do you
mean?
think a lot of middle class? Well, when do you think middle class started really kind of probably like the 60s, 70s, 80s? Like
Maybe
getting cheaper. And this is from the early. This is before grandma was even born.
Yes.
So this was probably like people like you had to be making money to have something like this back then.
So I think that time frame would have been my grandmother, your great grandmother. Well, what a wonderful music lesson on this, your Aunt Linda C. Jones's birthday week and birthday month extravaganza. So
we need to get your songs on some records. I can play it on here for you.
So we need to like find a way to do my recordings.
They don't even make diamond disc records anymore.
I know.
They're kind of a rare commodity. I mean, they're all on the internet. People's eBay or whatever. I mean, people are selling them, but you can't. I don't think you can get a company to make them. They're just not. I don't even know if people even repair them. If you break one,
you probably find the parts, refurbish them.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to find a special person who's still kind of
who could do that.
Yeah, because their regular records, are a lot. You can't put something I forgot to mention. You can't put a regular record on this because the record will break the needle. That's what it was, right? The needle will break, and then this needle will ruin that record. And you can't put diamond disc records on a regular record player. It'll do the same thing. You'll ruin both the needle and the record.
Oh,
it's
wow.
It's not made to be able to read the lines, because what it's doing is there's like little tiny grooves, and it moves on the grooves. And I think based on how it's touching it, I watched a YouTube video. It was when I first bought it. I can't remember exactly how they say it transmits to project the music, but it's actually quite amazing that they figured that out 100 years ago, how to put something onto a record. It spins, it reads it, and then makes music. Or it doesn't make music, it projects the music out.
And it's so cool how it all ties together with, scientific facts as in terms of how music affects all of us. So this is called a diamond disc. Would it be called a diamond disc? Edison record player. And the record itself is also called that.
A diamond disc record.
Well, I want everyone to give Ryan a big shout out and thanks for this wonderful lesson in the diamond disc record player from 1913. Ryan, any final words on Aunt Linda's YouTube channel on this?
Happy birthday. I hope that you have an awesome birthday. Do you have anything to say, Zach?
I wish the same thing. He wishes with just more.
You just wish he has a better birthday than even I. Yeah.
And then you wish that it's even better than what he wished
I
that
wish,
you
I
wish.
wish it's even better than what he was saying I wish. So it's just going to keep getting better and better. Anyway.
And so my response to that is that it can't possibly get any better than it is being with you, my nephew and godchild. This is exactly what Aunt Linda needed for her birthday month extravaganza, because you are the star on the tree, the icing on the cake, and the bee and the baker. All right, so how do we want to wrap this up?
Get you a diamond disc Edison record player. They go for I'll sell this one for you online. Anybody hit me up. We'll start a bidding a war. We'll start at 200K. You think 200,000? You can help fund my next. I'm trying to get a mansion here soon in my life, so you guys can. We'll start at 200,000. Hopefully, someone will come in 300,000, 400,000 for this nice piece that I got for $200.
So you heard it right here. Start your bids on the Miss Linda C. Jones YouTube variety channel. All right, everybody, I'm going to sign off. And if you're new to my channel, please consider doing what, Ryan?
Huh?
Like, if they're new to my channel, what do they need to do?
Like, subscribe, comment, tell her happy birthday in the comments. Share. Have a good weekend, or have a good week.
Okay, we'll be back with more birthday videos. Bye, everybody. Peace out.